My fiancé didn't like that I was still wearing my late husband's ring, so I decided to call off the wedding and broke up with him when he tried to steal it. This is my first time posting here, so I'm sorry if I make any mistakes and throw away because my ex knows my main. For context, I 34F was married before to my childhood sweetheart. We started dating at 16 and got married at 20, he passed away when we were 25, and I haven't dated anyone until 2 years ago when I met my ex-fiancé 38M, let's call him Matthew for the sake of the post. I told him about my late husband and made it clear for me his family were still my family and that I visit the cemetery at least twice a month to clean and stuff. He agreed, and after he proposed he wanted to go to the cemetery with me to pay his respects. Anyway, I still wore my wedding ring until my fiancé proposed, and to be honest I wasn't ready to part with my ring, and I was talking about it with my mill, and she gave me a gold necklace and told me to put my wedding ring there, and I did. I was very happy with my new necklace, and when I got home Matthew realized I only have his engaged ring on me and was very happy and said finally decided to get rid of the other one, and I said of course not and show him the necklace. He just changed the subject. Fast forward 10 days ago, I was going to wash my hair, so I take off the necklace and put it on the nightstand. After I got out of the bathroom I realized Matthew wasn't home anymore, but I thought he went on a walk or the supermarket or something. When I dried all my hair I went to sleep. The next morning I tried to put on my necklace back but couldn't find it. I panicked and started crying. I made a mess everywhere trying to find it. I called Matthew, and he didn't answer. I left voicemails, and after 2 hours he came home and found me crying and our apartment a mess. He asked what happened, and I told him I lost my ring. He helped me look for it, and after a while he told me we'd eventually find it and made me some tea to calm me down. Well, Matthew's mom called me last Wednesday and asked if she could come to visit. I said yes. After some small talk she got quiet and then said I came here to return something, but you must not tell Matthew about it. Then she took my ring out of her purse and handed it to me. I once again started sobbing holding my ring, and she just consoled me. After I calmed down a bit she said Matthew went to her house a couple days ago and asked if he could keep something at her house because it was a surprise, and he didn't want me to find out, and she said yes and to put it in her drawer with her things. When she went to look for her reading glasses in the drawer she saw a little box and got curious and opened it. She said she immediately recognized my ring because it's unique, and I showed her before, so she grabbed it and came to find me. She said she doesn't understand why he did that or what he wanted to do with the ring, but she knew it's not right, and I'd be devastated. She asked me not to tell him. She gave me my ring back and said she support me whatever I wanted to do. I didn't even have to think about it. I packed all my shit and went to my mom's house. I blocked him everywhere, and although I thought about leaving a note or something, but I didn't think he deserves it after what he did, I only left his ring behind and leave. I've been at my mom's since she lives in another city. Matthew's been trying to contact me ever since, calling every single person he knows has my number including my mom. My mom and my brother are full on my side and told him they don't know about me, but my friends are pressuring me into talking to him, but none of them know what he did. I'm planning on changing my phone number or something because I can't handle it anymore. My mill told me to go stay with her for a while because my ex would most likely come to look for me at my mom's or brother's. I think I'll do that because I feel so tired, but at the same time I'm started questioning if I handle it the right way or if I was being immature or something. I'll let a little edit here because some people are repeating the same thing. I think some of you try to relate losing a spouse and breaking up with somebody is not the same in a sense. I don't think any widow/widower out there ever stopped loving their late spouse. Do I need therapy? Maybe, but don't we all? And for people who think I never gave Matthew his place, I'll leave this here. I talked to him and told him to talk to me if something bothers him. When we moved in together he asked me if I could not bring all the pictures I had with my late husband and I agreed. He asked if I could visit the cemetery less frequently, and I did. He never asked me to take my ring off, and when I showed him the ring and the little chain he said okay 5 minutes crafts and said it's actually cute as a pendant. I don't know what else he wanted from me. I never dismissed or ridiculed any of his concerns or feelings. I was always willing to talk openly about anything. If he decided not to talk to me about it, there's not really anything I can do. Update 1. I wanted to clarify some things before giving the update. First, I miswrote the title the first time, but I'm pretty sure I can't change it for the update, so it stays like this. For the people saying I don't love my ex-fiancé and that I didn't get over my late husband, I don't think you people know how a dead spouse works. He's not an ex, we didn't separate. Do you get over it after a parent or another loved one passed? And those saying I wasn't ready, maybe, but things already happen. and I was always honest and willing to compromise with him if he decided he wasn't okay with things. He should have left or talked to me about it like adults. I first of all contacted all of my friends and told them what happened. They were obviously shocked and the majority of them backed off. After that I sent a text to everyone that said I didn't want to talk about this, but since everyone needs to meddle I'll do it. Matthew decided to steal my ring and hide it from me, and when he saw how distressed and heartbroken I was, instead of coming clean he helped me look for it, and that told me everything I needed to know about him. I'm not looking for advice nor opinions about this. I just want my choices to be respected, and anybody who comment on it would be blocked. I also contacted Matthew's mom, and she said he already knows, so I can talk to him freely. I then made my brother contact Matthew to tell him I wanted the chain back and that I was willing to hear his side of the story just for closure, because we weren't getting back together no matter what. We met on Thursday. I brought my brother with me for support. When Matthew arrived his eyes started to weld up, and he wanted to hug me, but my brother told him not to even try and to just sit down. He gave me the chain and started to apologize over and over, and tried to hold my hand over and over. So I just put my hands under the table. I asked him what exactly he wanted to do with my ring, and he said he wanted to get rid of it because I was basically still married to a dead man, but he couldn't throw it away at the end, so a friend of him suggested to make my new wedding ring out of it. He said he was going to get it melted and made a whole new ring out of it. So it was some sort of loophole because I was only wearing our new ring but couldn't get mad because it was made out of the original. Not gonna lie, I started to tear up because the thought of him destroying my ring like that and already coming up with excuses was heartbreaking. He also said that when he saw me panicking he wanted to tell me the truth but realized it would have been worse for him, so he pretended to help me look instead. He also admitted that he wasn't okay with me wearing the ring, or basically me not pretending like I was never married before. He said he knows I told him if he wasn't okay with things to talk to me or to just break up, but he said he didn't want to lose me, so he kept quiet expecting me to just forget about my late husband, and when I didn't, he started to resent me even when I compromised with him. He said it wasn't enough, but he knew talking about it would have ended up in us splitting up, so he never said anything. He once again apologized and said he wanted to change and promised to communicate better, and he asked if we could get couples counseling before breaking up completely, but I declined. I told him I didn't trust him anymore and that he spent a long time lying and pretending, so I don't even know what else he was lying about at this point. Both of us were crying, and he said, "So you really are going to choose the dead man over me?" I told him that not really, and that this had nothing to do with my late husband, that I was breaking up because he lied, deceived, manipulated, and stole from me. So this was about him and his actions, not about anything else. My brother and I left and Matthew stayed at the restaurant. He is still blocked everywhere. I decided to go to my my late husband's mom, house, and I'm currently here. My family decided to spend Christmas with her and her family, but they still have work, so I'm the only one here for now. It feels healing. She has most of my pictures with her son, and now I miss him more than ever. I tried to book an appointment with a therapist, but she said the earliest appointment she have is early March, so I'm still looking for something a little more early, like January or early February, and I think that's it. Nothing really dramatic happened. But I feel tired, and as much as I miss Matthew, I don't think I would be able to just forgive and forget AMD. I feel he deserves someone with a more normal dating history, like someone who hates her ex or something. For my part, one would be single for a long time. I don't think I can handle something like this again. I don't really mind being single, though I have an amazing family and great friends. Maybe marrying again is just not in the cards for me, and that's okay.